Alright guys, lesson 5 Sunjati Kitchen. In this lesson we'll learn about the fifth syllable block. Now this block has a pronunciation of the NG sound. Okay, so now I'm going to use this example. So in English, let's use the English word song, right? Song. Now the fifth syllable block is very similar to the pronunciation of NG here in this scenario. Alright? So it has the pronunciation of NG. Now there are two ways of writing this syllable. So first, when it's connected to the bottom or the end of a character, it will resemble this figure. However, if it's connected to the middle of a word, then it will resemble this character or this figure. And the red part shows where the next word will be connected to. So let me show you guys form 1, and we'll talk about form 2 in the next part or next lesson. Okay, so let's start with a. When you add a with ng, it becomes ang, right? Ang. Ang. For plus ng, it becomes ung. For when you add it with ng, it becomes ing. For all, when you connect this with ng, it becomes ong. For when you connect this with ng, it becomes when you connect with ng, with ng, oops, let's rewrite this. It becomes ong. So ang, ung, ing, ong, ong. Now we'll move on to the next part, which will be na plus ng. So it equals nang. Okay, nu plus ng. Nu plus ng equals nung. Okay. Nung. Okay, ning, ni plus ng is ning. No plus ng is nong. Nu plus ng is nung. And no plus ng is nuong. Alright? And we'll move on to the conversation part of this lesson. So I'm going to erase this now. Okay, so we will have 3 people, A, B, or 3 scenarios, A, B, C, right? So A is kitchen. Okay, that's too big. I'm gonna shorten this, or else there won't be enough space to write out all of the words. Okay. Kitchen. Kitchen doribuki. Kitchen doribuki. Forgot to add the full stop. Okay. Kitchen. As you might have already guessed it, since I've said kitchen so many times from this. Okay. Kitchen means lesson or class. Okay. Kitchen. Okay, I should have used white because red is only for the English translation. Okay, kitchen. Let's retry it. It's a bit wet, so kitchen. And then doribuki means let's begin or start. Doribuki. Kitchen means class. Doribuki means start or begin. Let's begin. Class, let's begin. Kitchen doribuki. For number B, scenario B, we have iliki. Iliki. Iliki means please stand. Okay? Iliki. Please stand. Or it's saying stand in a polite way. That's because ili is stand, right? As like an order, right? But then when you add the ki in Manchu, when you add the ki, it means please or a polite way of saying stuff. So iliki means please stand. And then we have the next word, teki. Teki. Teki means please sit. Teki. T-E-K-I. Teki. Please sit. Okay. Kitchen doribuki. Class, let's begin. Or class begins. If you translate it to English. Okay, forgot to. Kitchen doribuki. Kitchen doribuki. Class, let's begin. Iliki, please stand. Teki, please sit. If you translate it to the standard grammar of English, it's actually, let's begin class. Kitchen doribuki, right? So the English of so the grammar of Manchu and English are very, very different. So which is why some words directly translated might not make any sense. Okay. But if we switch the orders into English, then this becomes let's begin class, or class, let's begin. Okay. Iliki, please stand. Teki, please sit. Okay, I'm going to erase this now. I'm going to move on to the next part of this lesson, which is connecting some more words and further refining our skills of the fifth syllable. Okay, so first we have Kang. Okay, I forgot to split this up first. So we have Ka plus ng equals count. It seems like I forgot a dot, like a little tail. So I'm gonna rewrite this. There we go. Count. Okay, then we have call. Call plus ng is call. It's kind of hard to write these words because it's so short down here. So I have to bend and then write them. Let's rewrite this whole word. So call plus ng is there we go. Call plus ng is call, right? And then we have core plus ng core plus ng is quang. Right? Then we have ga plus, actually I'm gonna write it separately. Okay, so ga plus ng equals gang or gang. For go plus ng equals gong. And then for guo plus ng equals guang. Kang, kong, quang, gang, gong, guang. Ba plus ng is bang. Okay, ba plus ng is bang. Buo plus ng buong. Buong. B plus ng is bing. Bo plus ng is bong. Bu plus ng is boom. Bo plus ng is buong. Bang, bong, bing, bong, boom, Buong. That'll be the end of this lesson. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.